All right, welcome to day 2. This is Publish Your Book in 5-Day Challenge. We've already done the overview. We've already talked about the expectations. Today, we are going to dig in and clarify day 1 homework, and we are going to dig into the content for day 2. So welcome back. You made it to day 2. Give yourself a pat on the back. This is awesome. You are going to really be excited to see what you can do over the next 24 hours, because now we're starting to get into research, data, your topic, and we're getting ready to really talk about how you can set yourself apart when you're talking about your topic, okay? All right, so let's roll through and do a quick overview. So we already talked about the welcome. Welcome to the challenge. So hopefully you've already read that page. We've talked about the expectations to show up every day. Make sure you watch the replays. The replays will be available every night after the training. So make sure that you go into the Facebook group and watch the replay. Take notes, communicate with your accountability partner, and make sure that you are helping each other through the week as you're going through different challenges, okay? Stay in touch. If you are a busy person, if you're a writer, author, speaker, business owner, you are in the right place. If you're ready to publish a book, you're in the right place. If you already have books, but you want to start selling more books, you are absolutely in the right place, because you are in a room with like-minded people. We all have similar goals. And so you know that when you're with like-minded people, you can go further and faster than you would when you're alone. So welcome. These are the affirmations that I want you to focus on every single day. And if you have your own affirmations, great. Add these to the list, okay? I am an author. I am successful. I am profitable. I am well-known. I am respected, right? I am writing a book. I am going to finish my book. When you say these things, all of a sudden they become a reality, but you have to put in the work, okay? Set a goal for the week. Write down what your goal is for the week and make sure that you look at it every day. Are you creating a journal, a workbook? Are you creating a checklist? Are you creating something for a workshop? What are you creating this week? I want you to write that down, physically write it, and I want you to look at it every single day, okay? All right, this is the framework that we are using. This is the 5-step framework that I use with all my clients that publish books with me. This is the process that I use whenever I'm writing my own book for my own audience. I go through these 5 phases. They are not in any particular order. You're literally doing these things all at the same time. The way that I teach is you're always writing, you're always revising, you're getting the help from other people, you're always advertising, because you're telling the world, hey, I'm writing a book, it's going to be out soon. You're giving them information that's going to lead them down the path to be able to get your book. You're not giving them all the details. You're just letting them know, hey, something's coming, stay tuned, okay? Once you publish one book, it's kind of contagious. Like, you're just going to start publishing more and more, because once you get the book done, then you're going to want to go live and announce the book. So you're literally going to be publishing videos, okay? You're going to be publishing posts. You're going to be sending out emails to your email list. So that's publishing, right? And then you're going to start selling. And the beautiful thing about my community is that we buy from each other. So we're all authors, but we're also readers, and we're also connected to other readers. So the beautiful thing about being a part of the community is that if you follow these 4 steps, step 5 kind of naturally unfolds, because when people know you're working on something, and if they know that it's something that's going to help them, they're going to be prepared to buy it when it's ready. So Don't overthink it. Don't get stressed out. Just allow the process to flow, allow the creativity to just go and just go with it. Okay. All right. So tonight we're taking a ton of notes. So we are going to be writing in our notebook or on our pieces of paper. We're not going to be typing yet. There is a reason, there is a method behind the madness. I want you to be making that mind, body, soul connection. There's something, and you can look up the science behind this. There's something magical that happens when you put your pen to the page. All of a sudden, nothing else exists. There's only you and the page. That's magical. Okay. You get into a space of creative flow, which is your zone of genius. And that's where all of your ideas flow, your ideas come out, your stroke of genius happens, like all these brilliant ideas. Now, there are a lot of ideas that are just trash, I'll be honest with you. But the more you write, the more time you put in, the more you're going to discover that there's some amazing ideas amidst 1,000 really bad ideas. Okay. But you just have to keep writing no matter what. Doesn't matter what happens in your life. Just keep writing. Right. I'm going to create one of those shirts that says, keep calm and just keep writing no matter what. Okay. It's healing. It's inspiring. It's relaxing. So just do it. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about these things. I want to go over day one. So we did market research. We talked a little bit about target audience, but not a lot. We used some AI tools, in particular ChatGPT. You guys got data. Okay. You got some data. And hopefully you read through the data. If you haven't read through the data, I want you to do that now. I want you to read through, glance at the data. I want you to come up with a paragraph, and I'm going to ask you to share this in class. For those of you that are watching this on the replay, I'm going to ask you to share this in the Facebook group. So prepare to type your paragraph to explain what you learned from your research. What did you find out as a result of going on to ChatGPT and looking up your topic? Okay, so we want to know that. So if you haven't downloaded ChatGPT to your phone, I highly recommend you download it to your phone, download it to your computer, download it to your tablet, because as a writer, your ideas are you're gonna have so many ideas fly around you this week. But what ChatGPT does is it keeps you organized and it gives you some structure. Okay. All right. So we talked about how to ask really good questions. The better your questions, the better your answers. Okay. So I want you to take this activity as an opportunity to become a better question asker. I want you to become a better I want you to become more inquisitive. I want you to become more articulate when it comes to asking questions, because when you ask a good question, you get a really good answer. Okay. All right. So homework. I haven't checked the homework yet, but I'm going to be checking it tonight and in the morning. It's create a 2 to 3 minute live video. Number one, introduce yourself again, always, because even though you think people know you, they don't. Okay, so always introduce yourself again by saying, hey, my name is Latasha Jimerson. My clients call me Coach LT. My favorite thing to do is to help people write books in 5 days or less with minimal stress. And it could be 90 days or 30 days, but this week we're doing 5 days. So that's my favorite thing to do. And so that's how I introduce myself right away. And then in your video, I want you to talk about your takeaway from class, what you learned about yourself, and what you learned about your topic, because we're digging deep and there's a lot. Okay. All right. So day two. Today we're going to talk about what makes you different from everybody else. okay? Because a lot of people are writing about mental health. A lot of people are writing about diet, nutrition, exercise, relationships, parenting, um, spirituality. There's so many, there's hundreds of thousands of book titles on Amazon right now and Barnes and Noble right now that are about all those different things. There's a lot of different memoirs, autobiographies that are out there in the world. But what is it that's going to make you stand out? That's what we're talking about tonight. What is your expertise? And so tonight, you're getting ready to write down what I call a list of 50 or a 50 stack or 50 pieces of evidence, okay, that make you special, okay? So get ready. I want you to write on your paper 1 through 50, okay, 1 through 50. And so on your paper, you're going to write all of the things that are specific and special about you. I want you to start when you were young, and I want you to go all the way from elementary school, middle school, high school, college, career, today, last week, tomorrow. Like, I want you to get deep into the nitty-gritty of all of the things that are specific and unique about you. So here's my example, and this is a brainstorming list, okay? So the first thing I put on my list is I learned how to braid hair at 12. So that's the first thing I put. That's my number one. That was such an important skill, and I didn't know that until later on when I started to offer my hair braiding skills as a business. I didn't know that that was going to be a business. It was just something that I like to do. So that's number one. Number two, I also included that I learned early how to cook, clean, iron, sew, babysit, and literally just be a good caretaker. I learned that very, very, very early. That's not something that people were learning at my age of like 9 years old, right? So that was something different. Even today, there still aren't a lot of people that know how to iron. There's not a lot of people who know how to sew. And definitely there are a lot of people who are just not good caretakers. So that's number two. And then I put some of the jobs that I had when I was in high school. And then I listed some of my favorite subjects. So I always loved social studies, science, Spanish, psychology, criminal justice was what I majored in when I went to college. I earned my degree in history. I got a master's in education. I worked for 2 different cable companies. I put on here, I did not like the ride-alongs with the cable guys because when I worked for the cable company, as a part of the training, they had the customer service reps go in the field and see how the guys installed the cable, how they communicated with the customer, how they had to make sure it was on channel 3. So as an educational experience, we had to go in the field. I did not like going in the field because I don't like hot. I don't like being outside for a long period of time. So that taught me very early that even though I like working with people, I'm not going to have an outdoor job, right? So these are just some of the things that, as I go back and think, these are the little details that make me different from other people, right? These are some of the details that taught me how my life evolved into what it is today, how all of these little tiny details create the person that I am right now. And so that's what I want you to do, is get your list of 50 and start as early as you can remember all the way up to today. And it's going to teach you something. It's going to give you a big picture of who you really are and how you stand out in the world. Okay. So that's what you're going to do right now. 1 through 50. You're writing this on paper and you're listing all the way from your childhood all the way up to today. Okay. So your list is going to be long. It's going to be at least 50. And then what that's going to do for you is it's going to take you into a brainstorming process. Okay. So you're also going to answer these questions. And these questions are, they're deep, they're thought-provoking. Okay. These questions are actually going to help you. If you're thinking of these questions, they're going to help you with your list of 50. Okay. So take a look at these questions and build them into your list of 50. Okay. And then you're going to take all that information and you're going to put it into a list of 10 possible topics for your book based on your expertise, okay, based on what you know and nobody else, okay? Then you're going to narrow those down to your top 3 best topics, okay? And then your final, you're going to narrow it down to the final topic. And that is the one topic that you can talk about better than anybody else. Okay, so you're going to take all those 50 things, narrow it down to 10 topics, narrow that down to 3 topics, narrow that down to 1 topic. Okay, now why do we need to do all this? Why do we need to go through all this mental gymnastics, right? This is tedious. This is tedious, but what this does is it helps you understand who you really are, not only in the world, but in the marketplace. Okay. This is going to teach you how your experiences have shaped you and why you are qualified to talk about things that you're going to talk about. If you haven't lived through it, you're not qualified to talk about it. If you've been through it, you can talk about it. Okay. So that's the purpose of these 50 things. So this list of 50 is going to be based on these questions, and then you're going to narrow them down to your final topic. Okay. That's it. That's it for day 2. So now your homework is, when you're done with your list of 50 and you've narrowed everything down, I want you to make a video, 2 to 3 minutes, introduce yourself again. What's your biggest takeaway from class? What did you learn about yourself? What did you learn about your topic? Okay, based on all those topics, what did you learn about the final topic? Okay, what did you learn? And tomorrow, we're going to go into what I call my 3E framework. We're going to talk about the final topics, and we are going to do a quick peer review. So the homework that you do on day 2, you're going to bring it in on day 3, and your peer is going to review what you did on day 2. Okay. So that's it. That's it for day 2. I am going to give you a quick little sneak peek of what's going to happen for the rest of the week, because as you are completing the day 2 assignment, I want you to know what's coming up next. Okay. So let's walk through this workbook and let's just look together to see what's coming next. And I want you to see the flow, how everything flows. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to do the 3E framework. We're going to talk about your final topics and do a peer review. We're going to use ChatGPT again to make sure that you've got the perfect topic for your expertise. Okay. We're going to ask some better questions. We're going to get some data, some more data. Okay. The more research, the better. We're going to dig into Canva, and we're going to look at some ebook templates. Okay. I'm going to warn you not to go down the rabbit hole, because Canva can be fun, but I don't want you to stay there because we have a lot to do. Okay. Again, 2 to 3 minute video is going to be required every day. Day 4, we're going to go over your outline, your hook, and your thesis. Okay, we're going to put all these tools together. So everything that you're writing on paper, we're going to put that together with ChatGPT, and then we're going to start typing into either Google Docs or Canva. So you get to choose one or the other. And whatever you create this week is going to go on to PayHip. That is our platform that we're working with because it's easy, it's fun, and it's free 99. Okay, free is for me. All right, so this is what the outline looks like, and you already have this in your workbook. So you don't have to wait for us to come to class. You can move ahead. If you finish day 2, you can go to day 3. You finish day 3, you can go to day 4. You don't have to wait for us. You can move right on along, okay? Because we're going to be working at our own pace, and some of us are going to be, you know, floating back and forth, and you're going to have questions, and that's fine. Okay, so this is what the outline looks like. Okay, we're going to be working with Google Docs. We're going to be working with PayHip. Okay, we're going to be creating links. So in the end, when you leave here, you're going to have a link to put on your Facebook profile so people can click on the link and buy your book. Okay. You see, this is my LinkedIn profile. So you see right here underneath my name and my bio, it's got my city, my contact information. And then you see this little thing that says join my 5-day challenge. People click the link, and that's how they're able to click and buy the ticket to get into the challenge. And that's how I make sales. That's what you're going to do. You're literally going to put a link to your book so that when people come across your profile, if they love it, then they're going to click so that they can buy your book. It's that simple. Okay. If you're on Twitter, Twitter X, this is how I'm set up on Twitter. So I've got my name, my bio, and then there's a link there for them to watch a training video. Okay. You're going to publish your book on your own bookstore. That's the goal. Okay. Here's a couple of my clients that have completed their book and put them on their website or on their PayHip. Some people already had a website when they came in, so we published it either on the website or on PayHip. Okay. A couple of people that have completed. So if you want to upgrade to VIP, VIP is $97. Okay. Email me if you're interested in upgrading. The difference between VIP and Platinum is VIP means that you get an hour of training and then you get another hour of Q&A after the training. Okay. Platinum, you get an hour of training, plus you get an hour after the training for Q&A, and you get a bonus day 6. Okay, sales training where we just talk about sales. So if you want to upgrade to either VIP or Platinum, just send me an email and I'll send you the link with the information on how you can upgrade. Okay, that is it. That is all. Day 2 is over, right? So let me go back really quickly to remind you of what the homework is, because I don't want you to leave and not be aware of what we've got to do for the homework. Okay. All right. So day 2, topics, expertise, your list of 50. Okay. Your questions, your topics. I want you to do your video. Okay. Explain your biggest takeaway, what you learned about yourself and what you learned about your topic. Okay. Tomorrow we will deal with what's happening tomorrow. So that's it for day 2. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for showing up for you, for showing up for yourself. Thank you for joining the challenge and for being here for day 2. You can do it. Let's go. Day 3, day 4, day 5, and get your book done. All right. I'll see you in the next training.